Hey everyone, quick question. Have you ever dressed up for Halloween, maybe as a superhero or a ghost? Ever wondered where all this came from? I mean, candy, costumes, pumpkins. What's the story behind it all? Stick with me and let's uncover the spooky truth together. So, Halloween. Most of us know it as a night full of fun, costumes, and candy. But guess what? It actually goes back over 2,000 years. It all started with the Celts, a group of people from what we now call Ireland, the UK, and northern France. They had a festival called Samhain, pronounced Samhain. Now, this wasn't about pumpkins and candy. It was all about the end of the harvest and the start of winter, which they believed was a time when the boundary between the living and the dead got blurry. Yep, on October 31st, they thought spirits came back to the world of the living. Imagine that. To protect themselves from these spirits, they lit massive bonfires and dressed up in animal skins and heads, hoping to blend in and avoid trouble. Sounds a bit like modern-day Halloween, right? But back then, it was more about survival and rituals, not fun and candy. As time passed and different cultures merged, especially after the Romans got involved, these traditions started blending with their own festivals. Fast forward a bit, and the church wanted to make things more Christian, so they created All Saints' Day, a time to honor saints and martyrs. This was set for November 1st, and the evening before became All Hallows' Eve. Sound familiar? That's right. It's where we get the name Halloween. Now, here's where it gets interesting for us as Muslims. With all this talk of spirits, supernatural beings, and pagan customs, we have to ask ourselves, does this align with our beliefs? Islam teaches us to steer clear of practices that glorify things like superstition or go against our core values. Halloween, with its roots in paganism and focus on the supernatural, doesn't really fit with Islamic teachings. As Muslims, we believe life and death are in the hands of Allah alone, and anything that promotes shirk, associating partners with Allah, is something we should avoid. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned against imitating the ways of non-Islamic cultures, especially if they contradict our faith. He said, "Whoever imitates a people is one of them." Allah says in the Quran, "Indeed, Allah does not forgive associating others with him, but he forgives anything else of whomever he wills." So, what should we do instead? Instead of dressing up and trick-or-treating, why not use this time for something more meaningful? Maybe spend quality time with family, help those in need, or strengthen our connection with Allah. Now that you know more about the origins of Halloween, what do you think? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. That helps us reflect and grow together.